Well, I know I get a boner when I kill people, but then again, it's like, am I getting a boner because I'm killing someone, or is it just I'm turned on by nuns?
We want to do an intro first, like real professional people and stuff, or?
Oh, sure. Why not?
I suppose we could try that.
No, I don't want to, tell you guys how to do your job. I thought.
Wait, is this a job? Are you getting paid? Because I'm not.
Feels like one.
Yeah, it's an unpaid internship.
Take it away, Chief.
Alright, well, hey everybody, welcome to Funk Dunk and a very merry Yorksmith.
What?
A Yorksmith.
That's nice.
Yeah, well, it's now, Yorksmith is too fucking long. No one's gonna celebrate Yorksmith.
So, Kerstin, this was your idea. Do you want to kick us off on celebrating our Lord and Sloth Savior's, holiday?
Is that what he is now?
Sure.
Don't you find yourself sometimes wishing you were prepared? I get that a lot.
All the time.
It's a thing.
I never know what I'm doing.
So, as we all know, or maybe not, you know now that you're listening to this, our favorite Weresloth Overlord's birthday is rolling around soon. Or maybe it's already upon us by the time this gets posted. Who knows? Yeah, it's Austin's birthday. And what a merry occasion. We thought we would contribute something to this occasion. And some of our clan members at the Funky Shack, thefunkyshack.boards.net.
Plug it.
Completely unnecessary, I want to add. Have words with you, Mr. Yorsky, about that?
We forced all of them to send birthday messages at knife point.
Shh! Don't look behind the curtain here.
He needs to know how much they care.
And you are going to hear them now, delivered by the best method possible. Us.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
Hooray, us.
Alright, so starting with Jorah's messages, I will begin. Jorah says, Happy birthday, Austin. Let's agree that people born in December are just funnier than others.
I don't even... How? What? Why? I was Jorah, by the way, just that, in case that wasn't clear.
Austin always pronounces it Jorah, so that's, I guess, what it should be.
Jorah.
No, it's Jorah now, for some reason.
Yes, Jorah.
Jorah!
Remember, we can't trust Austin's pronouncing things correctly, okay?
Don't.
Alright,
so
now,
after
this is the challenging one. Remember, this took you so many tries last time. You can do it.
After Jorah, Becky wants to say something. And that is, a big internet hug from my favorite sloth boy. Have a happy birthday, Austin.
And then Hustlebones says, Happy birthday, Austin. Wish you could have had a more fruitful 2016, but as an Ohio State, I can't say I really feel your pain. Good luck in the ACC next year. Yay, football.
Football! I know that now.
We know sports. We're the best at sportsing.
I know that now because this is the second take.
Yeah. And Sean should know how to pronounce Spanish this time around.
Fellas, come plain oath. Multiple platinum selling recording artist, as well as the recipient of several Grammy Awards, a Tony Award, and a Bob Award. Sam says, I can't pronounce that.
Feliz cumpleaños,
Feliz
Senior
cumpleaños.
Yorski.
Feliz cumpleaños, Senor Yorski. It may sound sexual, but you be a positive influence on me, and I'm thankful. Have a great day, Sam.
That was just Jorad again, if you ask me.
That sounded more like, Irish to me, actually. Like an Irish-Spanish person.
It was just really generic foreigner. That's just what Americans think all foreigners sound like.
Does anybody have any idea what Sean just said? Or should we repeat it?
I heard it.
Translate it,
You want me to?
please.
Okay. Feliz cumpleaños, Senior Yorski. It may sound saccharine, but you've been a positive influence on me, and I'm thankful. Have a great day, Sam.
Okay, now do your best scary Russian impression.
Again,
Do
Eugene T,
it. Do it.
our favorite sentient glass of tea, says, Mr. Yorsky, you are our best sloth boy. And I mean it. It's not because we don't have any other sloth boys. Carry on. P.S. Seriously, you do great work, and I wish you the best.
Okay, so CD Burn says, may his dice be funky and his words be hunky, and his law school not fuck him too hard on what should be a nice day. Serious response, I hope he manages to have some time to relax during the day, and that he gets the precise amount of attention he would like on the day.
The precise amount of attention. Maybe we can overshoot.
Yeah, because we don't know if he wants this much attention or not. We're just going to be drowning him in our attention.
Yeah, and he's gonna love it. He's gonna learn to love it. So,
Alright, the bringer of class, as well as fellow adult ZenPsychosis,
haha.
says, Happy birthday, Austin. Thank you for all the dedication, heart, and soul you put into your projects, and for being a caring, thoughtful human being in general. Some of the reliably bright points in my week are listening to you and your friends goof around and have fun in ways that are both thoughtful and tremendously entertaining. I hope your birthday and your next trip around the sun are filled with as much joy as you've brought to all of us crazy people in the audience.
Is that your impression of an adult?
No, with my impression of the only person who's really being sincere, and that's them. The rest of these people are all full of shit. Let's see, you get to be a teenager, Kerstin.
Again, I get to be young again. Oh,
You get to be a 17-year-old boy from Boston.
Austin. Just pretend I'm doing an awful impression of a said 17-year-old Bostoner in your head. So this comes from Bright Marsh. Austin, what to say? First of all, happy birthday! He's a really funny guy and says interesting stuff. Have an awesome day. Really look forward to listening to Dice Funk each week. I love listening to you talk about D&D, especially when it's combined with Law Corner. Was initially uncertain about trying Dice Funk, but I really enjoy every episode. They are all consistently very good and funny. I really appreciate all the time you put into making Dice Funk a weekly event. You have a kind of discipline and a talent I aspire to have. What I like best about Austin is how he articulates his perspective and makes something coherent and compelling out of what I would otherwise dismiss as dumb and wrong.
Okay, so Purple Orange Lantern says, I know that on my birthday I like being told why people care about me, so I want to do that for you. First off, you have made me a kinder, more sympathetic, and all-around better person. Thank you so much for that. I listened to the BT podcast from day one, and have stuck with you guys ever since. The BT podcast came at a very formative time in my life. One where I had a lot of negative thoughts about people around me. You are someone who takes care to be reasonable in the things you say, and to not be mean to other people out of spite. You empathize with people who are less fortunate than you, and you are very vocal about the importance of showing compassion. I am very glad I found you in a time where I could have easily become a very bad person. I can never express with words how important that is to me. Also, You are very good at analyzing media. I may not always agree with your opinions, but I really respect your analytical skills. Your pixelated pretension articles were always fun and entertaining to read. Your articles on P3 and P4 led me to discovering one of my favorite game series. I even wrote a paper in high school about P3's themes and connection to psychology. I loved that article so much that I wanted to write my own thoughts on it. Here are some other things that make me happy you exist. I love your obscure knowledge of things most other people find boring or weird. I really like the way you speak. It is goofy and dumb, and it is great. You are a very good role model and a very good GM. Role player. He's a role model, too. There are definitely a bunch of things I'm forgetting right now, and will feel shitty for not including, but for now I just want to say thank you for being a good person who exists.
So John Paul, one of the Funky Shack's most prominent poets, has penned a funky poem for you, Austin. And it goes as follows. Austin's on a weekly funk. Austin Yorsky, he's no lunk. Austin is a legal punk. Austin!
Austin Yorsky has a plan. Austin is a funky man. Austin Yorsky, he was Anne. Austin!
Annie was a real hard trier. Annie would set stuff on fire. Avandra would daily her inspire. Annie!
Gorfanax would always eat. Gorfy was the lord of meat. Gorfy rose the world to eat. Gorfy!
Austin now DMs the world. Austin wants to drown the world. Who shall live will be unfurled. Austin! That's beautiful.
Revan wrote a song for which we are going to drag Squiggly out of her fish tank to sing along with Kerstin.
Everyone wave to Squiggly! Hey, Squiggly!
Get the fuck over here, Squiggly. No. Squiggly! Squiggly! Come on. No. You're going to sing. Okay? Okay? You know, be good, or I won't feed you. Okay, she's all set. Ready when you are.
Are you ready, Shackers? I can't hear you. Oh, who lives in Florida, close to the sea? Creative and smart and handsome is he. Oh, happy birthday is something we wish to our DM, not under a guess. Ready?
Okay, Squiggly, you get a treat. And yeah, go back to your tank. That's all.
Bye, Squiggly. Thank you for joining us.
So, Austin, hello. Yes, it's me. It's Jade, your doctor professor of questions, or is it Professor Doctor? I don't know. It seems like it always switches. Doesn't matter. So, Austin, do you have a fetish yet? How is Bozog? Is Game Crunk coming back anytime soon? Just want to say thank you for everything you do, for everything you continue to do every week. Just doing this podcast here, I can't imagine when you were doing 3 podcasts a week and editing 2 of them. Like, just how do you do it? I don't know. But anyway, no, I just wanted to say thank you, Austin, because I was, as we were writing up these birthday messages, I was just thinking that I really wouldn't be here talking to you right now if it wasn't for you specifically. Because at the time that I got involved in the funk community, I was just like farting around between videos. I think I had binge watched Brad Jones for a while and I wanted something new, so I started binge listening to Leon's stuff and the Word Funk stuff. Like, I'd been aware of Word Funk, but I hadn't really listened to it as much. So I just started listening to it, and I noticed that you were taking questions, and I thought, this could be fun. So I made a Twitter, and I think first I started subscribing to you on Patreon. And then Yeah, so you started asking questions. You took notice of your fans, which is something I appreciated. I mean, just so many of the online producers are so burned out from negative questions that they just seem to openly hate their fans, but you actually appreciate people, which was great. So you were asking questions, asking 4 questions. I figured, sure, I'll throw some stuff in there. I think at first I tried asking Leon stuff, and he never paid attention to it. He just doesn't care, I guess. But you did, so I learned pretty early on that Austin is the one to ask if you want to get noticed. And then that became official on the show. I mean, if you go back to the older episodes, you can hear that conversation happen where Leon says that people just send him stupid questions about dog butts, and everybody sends the good questions to Austin. But the reason is because you, Austin, are the one who actually cares about the questions. I mean, that's why Leon was getting shit questions, because he was just getting the trolls after he was just ignoring everyone. So yeah, I just, for weeks or months, I don't remember how long, I was just, I'd spend a few minutes a week drafting up good question ideas. I was kind of learning the way, like the kinds of questions that you prefer. The ones that are like smart, but also fun. Like not too specific, general enough that you can insert your own personality into them. The kind of open, fun question, I guess. And I guess it's because of that must be where the nickname came from, because I never really felt like a doctor professor, but I guess just figuring out the art of what kind of questions you want made me one. But what I really appreciated was just that I got noticed. I wasn't expecting that. Because, at the time it was Robert Paulson got his nickname, I got my nickname, and when I got my nickname, that's just when I got hooked on everything funk. Like, I've been hooked ever since. 'Cause it just made me feel like part of the community in a way. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. It really meant a lot to me. I hope you do at some point go back to giving people nicknames, because it's really meaningful, I find. And yeah, let's see, was there anything else I wanted to say?
Erotic fantasies.
Oh, about Austin, yeah. You have a very beautiful face. I've dreamt about it for many nights. What else?
Nice.
Yeah. I will have you know, I've attempted to write the fanfic about Disney World. It's never actually finished, so you don't have to worry about that yet. I'll leave a first-year writer to figure that out, I guess.
But we don't have one.
Well, maybe.
What do we do now?
Yeah, how do you know? Yeah, we've got 90 people on the site now. One of them might be secretly thirstier than I am.
I'm not sure I even want to know what that looks like.
Yeah, thank you, Austin. You're an awesome person. You're a very fun person. And I appreciate that you appreciate people. You just keep the appreciation going all around.
So it's me, Kerstin. Yeah, I want to say a couple of things too, because this is a celebration of your person. So first of all, happy birthday, of course, most important thing. Here's to many more. And I've been listening to you guys for a long ass time. I stumbled onto BT for some completely unrelated reason. I don't know, I wanted to watch one of Joe's videos or something. And there in the sidebar, there was a thing sitting there, just said, what was it? The proper care and feeding of your gimp, I think.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and I was like, I gotta hear that. And I never went back. And I was never big into community stuff. I was joined a couple of forums in the past, but it was just like never super active. But I started at some point to comment on the BT podcast. I mean, I wasn't the funniest person there. It was a great comment section, full of nice, funny people. But I still, enjoyed commenting, and started to make stupid pictures with GIMP. Downloaded GIMP special for that, and made stupid pictures about stuff you guys said. And one of them made title card. Somewhere around episode 61 or something, I don't remember, but that was pretty cool for me. It was a pretty cool little thing that happened. Yeah, so been on this trip for a long time, and there's something, it's just something about this whole, what we, I guess, all in canon now call the Funkyverse. There's something very special about it. It's you guys who do all this stuff, and I think you draw a certain kind of people, a certain crowd, certain audience, and it's noticeable. We all just are pretty
insane.
No, yeah, that too, of course. Oh my god, so it's just full of loonies, but it's just a certain kind of chemistry in this whole thing. So yeah, this whole thing means a lot to me, and I just remember the most important thing. I haven't written a story, like from beginning to end, just like voluntarily, ever. I've written stuff for schoolwork, and a couple of angsty poems when I was a teen, and that was it. And now I'm here writing fanfictions. I would never have, even known what to write about. I have never drawn anything. Never. The last thing I remember drawing are like pictures of the Little Mermaid when I was like 10 years old or something. And some Sailor Moon in there probably. Can't remember never drawing anything. Here I am, drawing fan art and writing fanfiction. Because I have the inspiration to do it, and it's something that means so much to me, because it's so much fun, and it's so great to share. And whether people like it or not, just put it out there, and get a comment or two, or don't. It's whatever happens, it's out there, and it feels really good, and that's, I guess, your fault that I'm doing this now. Yeah, you guys are just great inspiration for some reason. I don't know if you even intend to be, especially you, and just all around awesome. You're an awesome person. I hope you know that. Yeah, we're all just very, very glad to have you, and that you are a thing that exists in this world. We're very grateful for that. So happy birthday, and I don't know, stay funky?
Yeah, stay funky.
Stay funky, Austin. Please, for the love of God, stay funky.
Hey, Austin. I'm the most junior member of this fandom to be on this podcast, probably. I've only been really a little more than a year since I discovered that you existed as a thing. And I remember I was just cruising down That Guy with Glasses and or Channel Awesome, I mean, and I see an episode of it's just a drawing of three characters, and the title is just "So Gay, So Good," and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this is media I have to consume now, and I realized it was episode, I think, 17 of season 1 of Dice Funk. And I went, oh, shit, okay. I'm going to go back to episode 1 and listen to all of it. And I distinctly still remember I was playing Neverwinter with Dice Funk playing in the background. I think in 2 or 3 days I had gotten all the way to current. And that was a really sad time, because then I had to wait another week. then I realized, oh wait, Word Funk is a thing, and I'm going to try to get caught up on Word Funk. Physically impossible. There aren't enough hours in a lifespan. But, I mean, all these people have said really nice things about you, and I feel, like, again, I'm just the late Johnny come lately to this, who, for some reason, is, like, just forcing himself on everybody as if I'm important. But I deeply love Dice Funk. It is my second favorite podcast, and I like your DMing style, and I'm really happy that you did, even though you brought her back, you did kill the horse. I was happy about that, because you did say, in exact wording, if she didn't get treatment by the end of the episode, she'd die.
Can I just quickly second that? I just want to second that.
Okay. Because sometimes it almost feels like you're giving those guys way too much room to be stupid and not face consequences. But it was nice to see the horse die. Yeah.
I really like the way you brought it back. Because that was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I haven't
the
drawn
giant naked woman.
I haven't drawn the naked giantess yet, but I'm definitely thinking about it all the
You're
time.
thinking about the naked giantess?
Oh yes,
always. I'm actually now thinking of a Violet fic.
Yeah,
it's already been commissioned.
Someone requested that I do it, but I told Sean about it, and he has much better ideas.
Okay.
I'm the monster girl. I'm not the unicorn person. That's
true. I am the sole proprietor of unicorn horn fucking. So, anyway, back to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the point, and I swear I had one. I just wanted to say to Austin that this thing, the Funkyverse, I believe you, Kerstin, called it, has been such an amazingly positive influence in my life. I've enjoyed the podcast, yes, and that's great. And they are very, very good. But if someone has already said all these points, I apologize. I'm really sick and I've been in the bathroom. But you guys do attract a certain type of fan, and this online community of fans of yours are, with a few notable exceptions, some of the very nicest people I've met. And it's one of the most just warm and inviting group of people. And that's because that's the type of person that gravitates towards you. Because that's the type of person you are. Or at least you portray on the internet. And because of you, and because of your podcast, which inspired Kerstin to create the Funky Shack boards, I now have, I would say, these two people I am making this podcast with are two of my best friends. And Jade and I now hang out every Monday, just like on the regular. And it's cool to actually have a friend that wants to hang out and not go to fucking bar crawls every time they want to hang out. It's like, no, I don't want to spend $80 on a liquor I don't want.
I don't want liquor anyway, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, you actually want to do nerd stuff and hang out, and it's good. And I would never have met either of you if it wasn't for Austin Yorsky and what he does. And it brought so much joy and positivity into my life. And the fact that I get to, every Tuesday, make this beautiful labyrinthine dumpster fire in a swamp that we call Funk Dunk. And, it's one of the things I look forward to every week, is being able to get with these two crazy bitches. And without you, I that couldn't have happened. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done, and for everything that, even through just being you have caused to happen in my life. And I wish you the happiest of birthdays. And if there's some sort of cake involved, I hope no one shoves you face forward first into it, because that just ruins the cake. And that's just my hottest Austin Yorsky birthday take.
No euphemism there at the end or something to close it out?
Penis?
Penis, my favorite euphemism.
It's a euphemism for cock.
This was getting too nice. It needed an edge. So, I guess, and that closes out our... Wait, I'm gonna say 2 words. Beeday, Beejay, which I only say because I wanna use it as the title. So, somebody has to say it. So, I'm saying it now. Our Beeday, Beejay to Mr. Austin Yorsky.
We're giving him a wholesale club? I don't get
Is
it.
there something I'm not aware of? It's also a Beejay.
Beejay is the name of a wholesale warehouse.
There's a store called Beejay's.
I don't fucking care.
It's short for Berkeley and Jensen.
At all. Like, not even a little bit.
I don't know if he'll get that joke either, because I don't know if Beejay's exists in Florida.
It's a blowjob, alright, guys? It's just,
Oh!
It's mouth on penis. It's,
Well,
it's
I
like
figured.
because we were so nice and told him a lot of heartfelt, nice things, and I'm just gonna package that up and call it a birthday blowjob. Alright, that's the joke. Are we on the same page now?
Yeah, we were verbally
was
flating him
verbal
for the last hour.
Fellatio. Sean. So, Austin...
I came here to have a good time, and I'm just feeling so attacked right now.
Isn't that every week?
Austin, thank you for listening to this. I'm not sure if you did.
Not gonna listen to this.
Because if not, then who the hell are we talking to?
Ourselves, like usual.
As usual.
Our
if you
other
are-
fans? We have fans too.
Excuse
Just keep
me.
telling yourself that.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
Thank you for listening this far. You can now turn it off because you don't need the rest of this shit.
But you're
Don't.
free to listen if you want.
I would personally not recommend this. So,
If you need noise while you're doing your studying for law school, we are very good at noise.
okay. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! I'm still here.
Okay, yeah, well, I suddenly lost the constant background noise from Kerstin, and so I thought the call had dropped, because it's always a constant background noise. I think it's the sound of communism, and it's like...
Wait, aren't they socialist?
I'm an American, there's no difference.
I'm not proud to be an American anymore. But, okay, so Hardcore Henry is a very good movie. And you should
Yes.
all watch it right now.
Yes, stop listening to this stupid podcast. Watch Hardcore Henry, and be careful, because it is the...
Go buy it or rent it or whatever you have to do to get a hold of it. It's out there now. It's a first-person action movie. It's made by people who love the really stupid sci-fi first-person shooters. It has all of the ridiculous action goodness you could ever want out of a first... It really is the best video game movie that's ever been made. Even though it's not directly based on any specific video game, it uses the style of that so well. I mean, even down to the fact that the protagonist, Henry, never speaks. And you don't even see... You see him once in reflection at one point in the movie. Otherwise, it's just... It's like being in a first-person shooter where you don't even know what your character looks like, because it doesn't matter. You just see hands in front of you that do stuff. There's first-person parkour. There's a first-person strip club. There's just tons and tons of action and explosions. If any of this sounds interesting, please go watch it. the movie deserves more attention.
Did you mention the part where he does platforming on floating bodies?
No, you did.
Because that was one of my favorite parts. He, at one point, literally bounces off a grenade explosion.
Yeah, and then he gets in a vehicle chase and has a minigun with infinite ammo.
Yep. I mean, it's basically a video game, the movie, and it's done so well, and it doesn't take it so seriously because it knows it's over the top, but at no point does it wink at the camera. You know? It's telling a story, it is consistent within its own world. At no point does it feel the need to wink at you and be like, yeah, see how crazy this shit is? No, it just does crazy shit and keeps doing crazy shit. And it's so over the top that I actually really, really love it that way. And like I was talking about how I didn't like Idiocracy, they're both very stupid, both of these films. But you see, in Idiocracy, it's, hey, look at the stupid, point at the stupid, laugh at the stupid. Whereas Hardcore Henry is like, hold my beer, there's going to be some good, crazy, stupid shit. And
well,
I think that
it's a different kind of stupid, because Idiocracy's kind of stupid has more of a verbal side to it. It's the way people speak is stupid.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't know, it's only stupid in the idea that it's so fantastical that it could never happen, like physics defying, like even that, like there are things that defy physics, but most of the movie is actually shot practically, so a lot of it is actually like happening.
Yeah.
It's just like a couple moments of video game-ish, like a grenade goes off and the body shoots straight up in the air and then drops down.
Yeah, and
so
stuff like the random jet engine.
It's stupid in the sense that it is over-the-top action, but it wasn't really a commentary on stupidity in any way. It's just meant to be insane and awesome.
Yeah, and it was, I'll go as far as to say it far exceeded my expectations, and I won't say it was, the plot was really all that incredible, but
it's not about the plot, it's about the action.
Yeah, I mean, the plot was there really just to, frame the action around, and it was, unapologetic in that regard. That was simply what it was, and I gotta admit, I really dug it, and
it was also pretty funny in a lot of parts. There's like this recurring character, Jimmy, who just keeps showing up in different disguises. I'm not going to spoil why he's in different disguises. It's worth the wait, but he just keeps showing up in these different outfits, and then he gets killed in these ridiculous ways, and then he comes back again. And he's just hilarious. I don't want to say much more because it would spoil it. Revan has a few questions. First one. All other considerations aside, where would you want to travel to? Space, actually. If I could just throw out considerations, I'll just go to space.
Space is pretty big. Where to exactly?
Either the moon or just a space station over Earth. I don't want to be in hibernation forever. But space seems like a good place to get away from all the problems in the world. Otherwise, I don't know, and space would just be cool. Otherwise, somewhere on Earth, Austria, for obvious reasons, parts of Japan, I don't know, Japan, how great it really is. Like, it seems great when you see all the nerd stuff they export, but I've also heard it's really traditional and conservative there, so I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it more. I mean, because they have a lot of cool nerd stuff, but I don't know the actual culture there, how well it would jive with me. So
very formal.
Yeah.
And then they pixelate their cocks. That's weird.
Just as soon as you enter the country, at the airport,
your dick is all pixelated.
They either pixelate or depending, you could get away with just a little black bar that doesn't really cover everything, but just having a black bar counts as censorship. I've seen ones like that.
I can't.
Yeah, all the cocks have like Hitler mustaches. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just the tiny thing. It's just out in the open with a Hitler mustache. Oh, awesome. I like the blurring better. I just like the image of like it's just Sean getting out of a plane, going through the terminal, and then like
he's just got a blur.
Two ninjas jump at him and just run this magic wand over his thing, blur it out, and just leave without a single word, and she's just standing there. What just happened? Awesome. Sean, where do you want to travel?
I mean, if money were no object, and like all other considerations aside, I don't know. I've done a lot of traveling in this last year, and I'm almost traveled out right now. I did drive all the way across almost all the way across the country from Salt Lake City, Utah to Portland. So like, I feel like almost like I don't want to travel anywhere. Just because maybe that's also the being sick talking, but probably I think it would have to be to Kerstin's house so I could sleep on her couch.
I have the best couch. Did I ever tell you?
You've never told me about your couch.
The fucking best couch, and it's just so comfy.
What color is your couch?
Gray. It looks really stylish, and it's so soft and so comfy.
You need to post pictures of your couch. I need some couch porn.
All right, done. You got it.
Ooh, can't wait.
I want to know where I'm going to be sleeping. Yeah,
I'm going to put my imaginary boyfriend on it.
Go ahead. I want to see a picture of your imaginary boyfriend that doesn't
exist. It's very decorative.
A decorative figment of your imagination?
Exactly. I want to go to Vanuatu. Is what came to mind. It's an island group in wherever the fuck, no one cares. Pacific Ocean, probably. And
I think so.
Like totally just tropical and beautiful, but it has also the added benefit of being the happiest country in the world. It's like, I don't know, there's like an index of that or something, there's studies, and these people, the Vanuatuans, I guess, are the happiest people in the world. They have absolutely nothing. They live in tribes. Live in tribes, and there's cities, but usually just tribes, and they're fucking just having a great old time.
Is the Wi-Fi good?
That's my only problem. That immediately came to mind. Yeah, that's the only problem.
It sounds like they probably don't.
Probably fucking not. But they're super chill there, and when the guys, when they like their wives a lot and think their wives are just good wives, or rather, I should say, how do you recognize a good wife? Is that she's missing her front teeth because they get knocked out. It's just like when you think your wife is a good wife, you knock out your front teeth. This is a fun fact.
Here in the U.S., that women losing their front teeth is really usually because they didn't listen.
Mm-hmm. Or didn't make a sandwich, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but there it's a good thing.
I love you, Bob!
Right. So if you see like women who just have all their teeth, oh no, bitch.
Oh no, don't look at her. She's a bitch. She didn't got hit once.
Right.
Ain't nobody physically abusing that cunt.
I don't know if it's so much physical abuse as it's just one like quick ritual. Like, come over here. You're good. Come over here. Bong! And then it's just you're done. For the rest of your life, you're marked as a good wife. It's a weird thing, but it's just genuinely something I would like to see alive and in color for myself. This the happiest place in the world.
Okay, so next question. You can save one person from a burning building. Someone wrote on a wall and was here with crayon. Okay, so your choices. A politician, a priest, or a police officer. Who do you choose?
No other information.
Yeah,
I can't make that decision because, what if, the priest is one that runs a soup kitchen and is super great, but, then again, what if he's one of those serial child molesters? That cop might be the greatest, most brave and heroic policeman ever, or he might be the type that shoots unarmed black motorists just for fun. I don't fucking know anything about these people.
yeah.
I don't feel like I can judge someone's worth based on their job.
Yeah, well, because it would definitely change depending on the character of the person. I think for me, all things being equal, probably the police officer. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the police, the ones who are actually doing their job right. It's a dangerous job, and I appreciate what they do. I think politician, I've known some really good ones, but most of them aren't. And as for the priest, if the priest believes he's going to eternity when he dies, well then him dying is a good thing for him. So I'd put him third on the list of who to save.
Yeah, definitely the police officer. He's doing something constructive.
Jurassic Park scientists combine your DNA with one modern animal. Which body features would you want to have? And sub-question, would Jade be an octobear? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think about all the other animals I could be besides a bear combined with an octopus.
There are some animals.
Because, I mean, if
There's a fair amount of
if my
animals.
base form is an octopus and then I'm combining with another animal, if I combined with a bat, I could get something close to Cthulhu. That'd be pretty cool.
Is that the end goal?
Maybe. I mean, if my base form is an octopus, I've already got that going. So, if I just pick another form, you might as well make it Cthulhu, but it's got a human-like body and kind of either bear or lion claws and giant bat wings. But the wings are the most important part, because then it could be a flying octopus. Which, yeah.
I think I'd have to go with cat. Because cat...
So you can be a cat girl?
Cat girls are cute in general. I know it's cliche, it's the go-to thing, but I just generally love cat girls. And also, I could lick myself in all the places. That's just the thing.
I think Brent's going to love this episode now.
I would just, plop down in the middle of the street. It's time for a lick. So, yeah. I would think, that's my final answer. Mm-hmm. The whole pussy. Up and down.
Yeah.
I believe my answer would be a very simple one. It would be, for various reasons, a goat. Because number one, you can eat almost anything. And number two, you can climb the sheerest of surfaces. Basically like a giant bug. But you're a goat and you make hilarious noises. And the ability to get sustenance from eating almost anything. And the ability to climb really dangerous cliffs really easily. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's the best animal to be.
I really enjoy our superhero team. Octobear, Goatman, and Catgirl.
The guys from the other podcasts said the best superpower would be time stop, time manipulation. With which superpower would you counter that? And you're not allowed to use I shut down superpowers as your superpower.
To counter time stop, time manipulation with.
I think, because I was talking to Sean yesterday because we were trying to figure this one out, and part of the problem is you'd have to figure out how does time manipulation work in this case? Are they allowed to time travel? Is their body being displaced from time, or is it just their mind traveling to a previous version of themselves? Or
I would just ask to get the exact same power and stop time to stop them from stopping time.
Yeah. Either that or get the same power, go back in time, and stop them from getting the power.
Something like that. That's the only way.
And just do it without them knowing.
Or possibly, I don't know if I'm wrong, just the power to move at the speed of light, so they won't have time to stop time before you get to them.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's speed.
Would that be a thing?
You create giant sonic booms in your travel, but sure.
If you're traveling at the speed of light, you would become infinitely. Physics changes as you approach the speed of light, and
speed of sound. Just make me Sonic. He's fast enough, I think. Just move whatever, really fast. And
I think the best counter to time manipulation is simply total mind control. The ability to control other people's minds. In that case, it doesn't matter if they can travel back in time if you can control their brain and just brainwash them using your psychic powers to be your ally.
Or even...
And then pound them in the ass.
Even better, if you get, possession, you could just take them over and start using their time travel for yourself.
Exactly. Beautiful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. I think we got them all.
Okay.
Yep. We just beat time travel.
Yep. So then, Revan's last question.
We are Time Lords!
Ooh. Okay. So Revan's last question. Favorite artificial intelligence?
Mine.
I'm gonna go with GLaDOS, because she's funny.
I'm gonna say Bender.
Oh, he's a good one.
So is it any robot? Or... Well, yeah, I guess he does.
Sure.
It's an artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah, he's got enough of a mind.
You were thinking disembodied female voices?
Mostly.
Okay.
Is that just because you masturbate to Kerstin's voice, and that's a disembodied female voice?
I fully admit that I'm not real. I'm artificial.
I thought you said you were butterflies hitting the keyboard.
No, that was Zen. I'm the text that comes from it.
Oh, okay.
I'm basically non-corporeal.
Okay, well. Yeah, I'm just a figment of everyone's collective imaginations, so... I guess that'll work out.
We went completely insane, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Wait, if you're a figment of our imagination, then who sucked me off last night?
You did.
I don't bend that way.
You do now.
Just gonna ignore you guys.
You're just jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, so, with Miran's question, do we want to go point by point through this, or should I just read the whole thing?
Oh, please.
Just read the whole thing? Okay. How do you guys feel about the fact you'll never be as good at fighting, being smart, having a large penis, karate, kissing with girls, having many girl friends, ninja art assassin spells, punch at the speed of light times 100, which is possible, don't you debate me on this, I could show you scientific proof, but you wouldn't understand anyway, reading a book, painting a painting, being naked, playing guitar, drums, bass, vocal cord for singing all good with my mouth, trombone, saxophone, trombone, trumpet, violin, cello, sitar, banjo, etc., making eggs, eating soup, bread, butter, don't forget about the milk, as I am. Oh, wait, you can't, and your life is totally miserable compared to mine. Okay, Miran, I don't feel anything about that.
Have I ever expressed my undying love for Miran?
Although I did...
Have I ever told the world?
I did have to tell Miran that, yes, I can't argue with him having a larger penis than any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course. I mean, it would be... My whole world would just shatter if it turned out not to be true. This is what I base a lot of day-to-day decisions on the size of Miran's dick, so I'm not gonna tell you which ones. How do I feel about it? Well, as you know, sometimes you just gotta bow to the master, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at being naked.
Yeah, I don't think it takes a lot of skill to be naked.
Shut up.
Just saying, anybody can do it.
Yeah, but, you know, some are just better and more efficient at it. More artful and graceful.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you can get naked faster than someone else, that would be being better than them.
And just the whole, sitch.
I thought I was good at eating soup, but I'm pretty sure if I tried that right now, I'd fail,
Oh.
and the soup would all come back out.
Yeah, that's not the point though. It's about the eating part, not what happened after you ate it. So you can still be good at eating soup.
I don't think I am.
You don't think you would get good grades on that, on your performance?
I would get a D for effort.
You just need to get good. Just get good at soup.
Get good, Sean. Having many girlfriends also can't argue with that. She's probably better at that than me.
Yeah.
But Kerstin, how good are you at kissing with girls?
Is that kissing somebody while you're like hanging out with other girls or next to each other? Like, hey, you want to kiss with me? Like, there's Then he's also probably better at that, because I don't think I ever kissed someone in the close proximity of someone else who was also kissing someone.
And now we know that he can make eggs, so he is an egg-laying creature.
He's an egg-laying animal.
Yep.
So that means Milan is a lady person? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's all pink and stuff.
He could be a hermaphrodite.
Oh, yeah, but if he's a lady person, he really needs to do something about those eyebrows.
Well, he has a large penis and he can make eggs, so he's a hermaphrodite.
And the beard.
Either that, or he can shoot eggs out of his penis.
A jack of all trades, you could say.
He's got ovaries in his penis and he shoots eggs out of it.
He shoots eggs. Like a
cannon.
No.
I have new canon. He does that, but it's like they're like bigger than his torso, and he shoots them out like Birdo.
Yep.
They just go flying in a straight line. The only way to defeat him is to stomp on the eggs and throw them at him.
Yep.
I like eggs. Also, this week's German fun fact: eggs is the slang term for balls here.
It is in many languages. Huevos means eggs and is often used to refer to testicles.
Yeah, that one's Spanish.
Balls in my face. Balls in my face.
Okay, so then...
What were we talking about?
We're gonna move on to Bright Marsh's questions. Because we got everything we could out of Mirren. Okay.
Squeezed Mirren dry.
Yeah, we milked him pretty hard. So... Okay, so Bright Marsh, intern of questions, has a few questions. What kind of scarves do you have? Can you describe them? What colors are they?
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna take a picture and post it, because I'm not describing my scarves.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got so much costume stuff around. I've got, I can see a green scarf and a red scarf just looking from here. I've got a multicolor. It's like black with some like rainbow color trim.
I'm just gonna be over here and looking at pictures of cats, because I'm not interested in your guys' scarves.
Okay, so
tell me when you're finished.
Whatever. Next question, unless Sean really wants to talk about his scarves.
No.
Okay. What kind of socks do you wear? Cotton or wool? Are you allergic to wool?
Same thing.
Yeah, I think they're cotton. Whatever.
I don't know. They're made of sock, and I bought them at the store.
They're not hamsters.
And I said, I need socks.
No, I'd catch mine in the wild. It's the only way to go. There are people who still buy their socks.
I don't believe in hunting socks, okay? Because hunting is just immoral when it comes to footwear.
It's not hunting, catching. You don't harm them.
You say catching, I say hunting, taking them out of their natural environment and forcing them into a life of servitude. That is not good. You need to stop.
Socks don't have soles. What are you talking about?
No, shoes have soles.
Welcome to Footwear Funk. Welcome to Clothes Funk.
Okay, Do they have frog baseball in Austria/Maine? Did you
Same
ever
place.
play frog t-ball as a kid? Yeah, I guess Austria, Maine are the place where we live and record this
Isn't that the
show.
capital of Maine?
Augusta. Yeah, it's Augusta is the capital of Maine.
No, Austria.
No, I've never played frog t-ball. I didn't know it was a thing. It sounds pretty cruel, actually.
Let me YouTube that.
I'm assuming they throw a frog and hit it with a baseball bat.
What?
Yeah.
That's just my guess.
Oh, I'm not gonna YouTube that.
I've only ever heard of it I remember, it was an early episode of Beavis and Butthead. Featured them playing frog baseball.
That is not a thing. Please tell me that's not a thing.
I hope it's not real. I don't know if I want to live in a world where it's real.
It probably is in hick towns and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
So where you live?
Well,
so how come you haven't played it?
Because I live in the outskirts of the city, away from all that stupid.
Is Maybug a thing you're familiar with?
Huh?
A Maybug,
no.
a bug, Maybug, or it tells me here. The dictionary tells me, cockchafer. That's a thing. No.
Okay.
Not.
Are you sure that has anything to do with frog t-ball?
No, I'm going somewhere, but I want to know what you guys probably don't have that specific bug in the US. Probably, it's a big fat bug, and
It's possible. I don't know.
My mom told me that the kids like to go out with tennis rackets and just hit them But seriously, guys, PSA here, please don't hit
Don't
frogs.
hit your frogs.
Why? Just, is there a single reason in the world why you feel the need to hit a frog?
Because they like bullying smaller things?
It doesn't even smart talk you or anything. It's just...
Maybe it told you to do a barrel roll, and you're like, that would not be an appropriate thing to do in my R-Wing right now, Slippy, you stupid fucking shitbag.
Except it's the rabbit that tells you to do a barrel roll. The frog just screams at you.
That actually sounds better.
Are you talking nerd speak again?
Star Fox.
No. It's not nerd speak, it's erotica.
Oh. Yeah, if you go to the right corner of the internet.
I might have a small stash of Star Fox erotica.
You might.
Might.
It's not confirmed.
Yeah. You'll just have to guess if I'm lying or not.
Don't hit frogs.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Poor frogs.
If you remember, if you hit the frog, who's gonna cast Featherfall when you fall out of the airship?
Something to keep in mind. The more you know.
Okay, so what makes North Dakota better than South Dakota? Because it's north, and when England became the dominant empire of the world, they made all the world's maps, and they put north at the top because they wanted to be on top of the world. I mean, really, the Earth is a sphere, so South could just as easily be on top of maps. The reason why North is up is because Britain decided that's the way it is, and that's why North is better, and that's why North Dakota is better than South Dakota. Because England says so.
And also because South Dakota is literally bottoming for North Dakota. I think that just shows that, South Dakota is on power bottom. South Dakota just lies like a dead fish. Hasn't moved in centuries.
Yeah, that too.
It just sounds nicer to me. I don't know anything about these places. It just phonetically sounds better. North. South.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
Okay, Red Sox got a pitcher. Does anybody care?
I do as a Red Sox fan, but it's also December, and I don't really think about baseball in December, so that's not the thing I've really even read much into.
Oh, baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, baseball is not exactly a thing in December.
That's the one with the wooden stick, right?
Yes, and the ice skates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, right now, honestly, all my sports attention is simply on the New England Patriots, because this is that's the season. This is what's going on right now. And like, yeah, the Celtics are playing too, but they aren't very good. So like, no, just concentrating on the Patriots. So I'll figure out all this stuff about the new pitcher on the Red Sox probably when spring training rolls around. So yeah, not really even thinking about it much right now.
Do the Red Sox actually wear red socks?
Occasionally.
Okay. Just in private, or I mean, I'm talking about like officially. I don't care what they do in the comfort of their homes.
No, the uniform socks are not red.
Oh, that's bullshit.
So rather famously, during the 2004 World Series, Curt Schilling had to have his ankle basically stapled together, had like an emergency mini surgery, and it was like right before a game he was going to pitch. So he bled through the sock. So like one of his socks was bright red for most of the game because he was bleeding actively.
And that's where the name comes from.
No. I don't know where the name comes from. They've been around since the 1800s, so I mean, like, it's probably is lost to the mists of time.
Also, that's not how you spell socks.
Yeah, it's America. Our education system isn't that great.
No.
Okay, so the next question, I don't know if we'll want to address the first part of it, because it just goes into Crazy Town. What do you think about
I don't know what the nuclear family is.
The nuclear family, it's the idea, I think the nuclear part is referring to like the 1950s and the nuclear age. The idea is that you have a family unit that is a mother and a father, and they're married, and they have 2 kids, usually 1 boy, 1 girl, maybe a dog. It's the idea that like the perfect family unit is this male mother, female, or no, male father, female mother, and they have just like 2, maybe 3 kids. Just like it was popular. I mean, it's gotten shaken up a lot lately. Now that people are actually embracing other family types, like gay parents, lesbian parents, different sexualities, different. So I guess if we address the first part of the question, what do you think about the nuclear family? Is it important or anything? It's a thing that conservatives like to push as their standard of what everyone else should be, and it's bullshit in that way, as far as I'm concerned.
I have to disagree with you there, because while any kind of family is of course legitimate, whatever your structure is, there is something to it, because as someone who grew up exclusively around women, I could have done with at least 1 male
parent.
I wouldn't necessarily parent, but someone like within the family structure, just 1 male person within the family structure, because both genders are important.
Yeah.
Because I mean they exist, so they are important and they fulfill a purpose. Doesn't necessarily have to be a mother or father or whatever. It's just kids need stuff, and whoever can deliver that. I don't know. It's what you get generally what I'm saying. And the 2 to 3 kids thing is also because I think it depends entirely on your income, but there's a good balance of you don't want to have an only child. I'm an only child. I would have loved to have siblings. Too many kids. It can work, but it can also be just huge financial and just all around catastrophe. So I think that's where the 2 to 3 kids thing comes from. So I think it is valid, and it can, there it has a place. So that's my take.
Yeah, because I do have a nuclear family. I have 1 male and 1 female parent who are married. I have 1 male and 1 female sibling. And I get along well with my sister, and not so well. I don't know. my brother and I get along well enough. I guess it's just not that close. I guess. So I mean, it's like I can't argue against it working. I just don't like to discount the possibility of other family types.
No, that's absolutely
working.
everything has a place and everything can work.
Yeah, because it's just that the discourse of nuclear family is generally that this is the way God intended your family unit to
maybe
be.
you just feel comfortable having a family structure like that. Maybe you just want to get married and have 2 kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it annoys me to hear like these. There are just voices. I don't want to name any names or label any labels. That just would scream, "Oh man, how super ancient and outdated is that? We have to like just every couple has to be this. Let everybody just do what the hell they want, and don't judge women who just want to stay home and have a family. There's nothing wrong with that, Yeah. Sorry, I get right up.
I agree with that. I do. I mean, because I'm all for more options, really. Because I mean, women, if you choose they want to stay home, that should be an option. I think for men too, if they want to stay home, because that's rarely an option.
Yeah,
There's still
it should be, of course.
Just ingrained in society the idea that men are the person who has to earn the money. I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is.
Well, because it's built into the system, because that's what everyone assumes is the way it's supposed to be. And I'm all for just more openness, more options, more acceptance, I guess.
Yeah.
Which includes, yes, accepting the traditional as well as
and
the
don't
new.
judge it. Nobody judge gay people who want to adopt. Nobody judge just single parents. Nobody judge just people who want to be boring ass married with boring ass kids. It's totally okay.
And I think Sean has to leave now, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Really?
Yes, I do. How about I record an outro?
Okay, a mid-tro.
Just in case.
Yep.
Alright, I just wanted to let everyone here know that this has, in fact, more than likely been Dice Funk. I could have been Sean, joined, as always, by...
Yeah, we're Dice Funk now.
Fuck, okay, fuck, I'm sick, give me a break. But you know what, it may be that, but no, it isn't. It's just Funk Dunk. It's Funk Dunk because I fucked it up.
Sure.
Yeah. Jenny the Gorfy Follower had a very itchy clit, and if you ever touched it, she would nearly pitch a fit. All of the other believers used to tie her up in chains. They'd let the meat god touch her until he nearly fried her brain. Then one day at Gorfmas time, Gorfy rose in flesh. Gorfy, with your slime so bright, won't you plug my holes tonight? Now Jenny's weak and drooling, burning from that godly cum. Now with her itchy fanny, she's got an itchy bum. Yeah, I like the new verse.
He's
I've inspired him.
Talent.
So then the rest of his question about nuclear families: is the nuclear family cancerous? If it is cancerous, when do we operate? Where are we operating? And lastly, where are we amputating? Can we save him? Shit, we need a donor? Where can we find someone to sacrifice to the blood gods of old? We'll sacrifice Sean Cronenfeld to the blood gods. It's what Austin would want for his birthday.
I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I think there would be a better sacrifice if we were talking birthday gift for Austin. But the thing is, it's not acceptable to say the name, I think. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's like Voldemort, this shit, so. Yeah, but this whole question is just, I think I want to let this sit there as a piece of performance art. I don't want to answer any of this. Good question.
Do you watch Eurovision?
Nope.
I've never even heard of it.
You don't know what Eurovision is?
I assume it has something to do with Europe and television?
Oh my god, Jade. That's unacceptable. Even for American.
Mm,
The Eurovision
I'm
Song
sorry.
Contest is where every European
Okay.
country chooses a representative artist, singer, and sends them to
Oh, it's a music
Stockholm, I
thing.
think it is, and they all sing their little hearts out, and one gets chosen, and the whole country gets the award.
Okay, yeah, I don't follow music, that's why I don't know.
And it's a huge thing, and it's super political, because whatever country currently is shunned by the others will get the least points, even though maybe the artist is great. It's a thing.
Oh.
There's half of the thing gets decided by a jury, and the other half by the audience. Wait, let me just. Was it last time? I think it was last year, or was it already 2 years ago? I can't remember. We won. Austria won.
Ooh,
with an artist called Conchita Wurst. And everybody knows this person. This is Miss Conchita Wurst.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so that's Eurovision.
I don't watch the thing itself. I just hear who won afterwards. That's the thing.
Okay, so the next question is mainly for Sean. Whatever, we'll do a quick answer. Do you get discounts at the place you work? Are laser expensive? We don't know about lasers. Unfortunately, the laser captain isn't here.
My place doesn't sell anything, so no.
Yeah, mine is a store. I get a 10% discount. It's nice. It feeds my habit of spending too much money.
That's the best habit.
Okay. What do you aspire to do? What do you want most deeply in this hour on this day while recording this podcast? Wow, that's deep.
Pretty deep, yeah. What do you aspire to? Let's put that aside. What do I want most deeply right this second? I ran out of energy drinks today, and somebody didn't go shopping, and now I don't have any energy drinks, and I'm flipping out because I'm addicted. And that's why I just want a can of Flying Power is what I drink.
Yeah, I've considered energy drinks. I don't really want to deal with the crash afterward, but I've gotten hooked on soda. I don't really need a soda right now, but I probably will once this call's over. But even then, it's it gives me energy briefly, and then I get tired after, so I probably shouldn't drink it, I just do. I like the taste. Otherwise, what would I want in this hour on this day right now? I don't know. I'm already here. This is where I want to be right now. In this place. Getting to be me for a little while before I have to go back into the real world. Well, no, that's a lie. I'm off work. I don't have to go into the real world. I can just stay on the shack.
Stay with us forever and ever and ever and ever.
You've convinced me. Okay, I'll stay.
What do you aspire to do?
To do? I don't know about the do part. What I aspire to be happy. I don't know exactly what I need to do to achieve that. I keep trying new things all the time. But
yeah, that's the only way to go, I guess. Just, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I want to be happy, and I'm trying stuff to make myself happy. I guess that's the simplest way to describe my philosophy.
A while ago, I would probably have said, just to do one time, do something that I'm proud of, but I kind of have done a couple of little things that I'm proud of. Like I mentioned before.
You made the shack.
Yeah, that. And some stuff that I've written. Job-wise or something, I'm not particularly ambitious. unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm kind of convinced that every job is going to suck in some way, so as long as I have a job that I can be okay with and get paid well enough in, that's all I need on that end.
Also don't want to be like famous or something. That would be the worst thing
Yeah.
I could imagine.
No, I mean, because like I've considered like some of my writing and stuff. I've considered, like what would I do if I sold, like either published it or something, and I don't want to open myself up to that kind of criticism, because once you're out there in the world, people paying you for your stuff, they have every right to bitch you out over it. Yeah, like at least I have the excuse now that if it's crap, well, you're getting it for free. Shut up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want that kind of attention, I guess.
I mean, we could aspire to do the perfect podcast at one point. That could be something we could aspire to. It's just something that...
Maybe we'll get one perfect episode.
That would just radiate cosmic power from within itself.
And then we'll just keep going knowing that we'll never do a better episode than that one.
Yeah, we have people asking us, what happened to you guys?
The show's been going downhill ever since
970.
Party on Bear Beach. I don't know. What's a good episode title for the best episode ever?
The best episode ever. That's just what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it'll be called.
This is easy to find then.
It's the best episode
what was the
ever.
best episode of Funk Dunk? The best episode. Alright, thanks. Keep things simple. Not everything has to be rocket science.
Yeah, they can find it easier. Okay, so did people start calling you cunt face before or after you ate the painting?
Who? It's just generally.
I don't know what he's talking about eating a painting.
Just make something
Who ate
up.
a painting?
Quick.
Well, because I hear eat a painting and I go back to when I talked about Red Dragon and he talked about Red Dragon, and because one of the plot points in Red Dragon is there's this painting by William Blake, The Great Red Dragon and the Woman Clothed in the Sun, and the villain of the movie, he's like obsessed with the painting, and like he's got like the dragon tattooed on his back, and he wants to become the dragon. And then later as the movie progresses, he wants to try to get rid of those killing urges, so he goes to the museum where that painting is and eats it, like rips it apart piece by piece and stuffs it in his mouth. I don't know that cunt face has anything to do with that, but that's what comes to mind when he says eating paintings.
Didn't you talk last or 2 episodes ago about eating paint?
Paper. Just paper, not paintings.
Not paint. I thought maybe there was paint in there.
No, it was just paper. It was I don't know if you have them in Austria, like fruit roll-ups. It's like a fruit snack that is stuck on the back of a piece of paper. It's like wrapped around in a coil, and you can pull the fruit snack off of it, and you eat the snack.
That's great.
I was really hungry one day, and I was kind of bored, so I decided to try eating the paper because it still had that fruit flavor on it. So that's the paper I ate.
Hey, just assume you ate a painting. Did people start calling you cunt face before or after that? Just run with it. Take it and run.
Well, I think it was after, because I would have eaten the painting before I was on the shack, and people started calling me a cunt after I got on the shack, because I wasn't socially active enough to be noticed as a cunt before the shack.
I don't believe that. You just have that quality.
I suppose. Okay. So, does the V in Sailor V stand for vagina or vendetta? It stands for Venus, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it's just Venus.
I think he wants to know that. I think that's the intent of the question.
Yeah.
You could just Google that.
Because Sailor V is not like V for Vendetta at all. So I guess it would have to be vagina, because she does have a vagina, but she's not like V for Vendetta.
You know what I'm gonna do now is Google words with V. Wait, I'm gonna choose one.
V for virility.
Okay, I like this one. Sailor vasectomy.
Yeah, that one's even better. Yeah, she is the sailor who goes around cutting people's balls off. Or no, vasectomy would be cutting
Right.
tubes in the
With something.
penis or
She's
something.
not good at aiming. She botches a lot.
She stabs dudes in the junk.
She's...
She goes for the nut shot.
So there you go.
Yep, that's Sailor V, and that's why she's awesome. She's the ball puncher. So yes, Dark Hint finishes out the night. He's got 2 sets of questions. We're gonna read them all in a row, whatever. Okay. Did you missed me last week? Yes, we did.
You mean MC Skunk, right?
Yeah. Dark Hint MC Skunk Reltnark asks, "Did you missed me last week?" And
yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, we did.
Always.
Yeah, we had less questions without you there.
And less positive energy directed at us. It's
all
not
that
noticeable.
Funk energy.
Funk energy, yeah. Funk particles.
Shouldn't Brightmarsh title be Skunk Intern of Questions? I think that's up to Brightmarsh if he wants to join us in our skunkiness or not. Because only 2/3 of us are acknowledging ourselves as skunky right now.
I'm using MC Skunk only because Sean isn't here. Because usually we don't have permission to skunk.
Yeah, because it's just the 2 skunk buddies here right now.
1-2 skunk.
So
the more skunks, the more trouble.
Yeah, if Brightmarsh wants to be a skunk, he can be a skunk. If he wants to be another animal, he can be another animal.
We don't judge.
Yeah, we're all species inclusive here. What's the most... Okay, yeah, this question kind of confused me. Although I think it might relate to the one he asks in the next post. Mm-hmm. What's the most disturbing thing a character of yours have made on a fantasy game platform? Excluding fanfic, because I don't really want to know about that. So I guess... I don't know if he's asking, like, what is the weirdest character you've made in, like, an RPG? Maybe?
Yeah. That's how I read it.
Okay. So does that mean like a D&D tabletop game, or like the character maker in like Skyrim? Although I don't think, like, I know Saints Row has a lot of options, because like I was able to make Jade and give her like elf pointed ears in that, because you can adjust the roll of the ear and the length of the tip and stuff. You can make elf ears on that character creator. But I didn't do anything really weird and wacky with it, even though you could. Because they let you set your skin tone to like any color in the color palette. You could be dark purple or bright green. But,
nice.
Yeah. I wish more games were like that.
That sounds like my kind of game. I never played it.
Yeah, if you do... Saints Row 3 and 4 are good. 2 is a little outdated. I never played 1. But 3 and 4.
Yeah. Thanks. Other thing is, like, if you don't play tabletop, that leaves just
not a lot of options. Video games.
So, and there, you can make up, I think he talks about it in the next post, make up a fantasy backstory and character for them, but usually your game limits you.
Yeah.
So, I'm not exactly sure.
So I guess it would have to be a tabletop game then.
Yeah, it's probably something Sean would have lots to say about.
Yeah, and he says disturbing thing. I don't know how many of mine would be considered disturbing.
Also, way to chicken out, Dark, because you ask about the most disturbing thing, and then you say you don't want to know what happens in fanfic.
'Cause fanfic is where all the stuff is. Like, okay. Yeah. Well, everybody listening to this podcast knows about Sacrifice of Meat and its rewrite, spin-off, reboot, upgrade, Pounded in the Butt. No, what was that one called? Meat God Pounds My Elf Snatch. Yeah. Yeah. Because that is probably the most disturbing thing that the Jade character has done. If we're just going for disturbing. Because otherwise, like, funny, weird, B47 or Flumbert, probably. They're both pretty weird.
my characters, the characters that I make up don't get a physical presence anywhere. They're just in my head, and I'm not gonna start with that. This is a thing. A lot of disturbing things going on there.
Yeah, because we saw that psychedelic violet crystal picture. I just assume that's what's in your head all the time.
Oh, no. That's funny.
Oh.
My head isn't funny.
Aw.
No. Yeah, my head is kind of funny, but, it's hard to explain. No, I don't have,
lots of characters? Or...
Lots of characters. I had Jay and ADD.
Jay was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, but she hadn't really... There's a lot of disturbing things about her. But she never really got to spill the beans or do really something actually really disturbing in the short time she was in the campaign. If she had stuck around, some shit would probably have, come up, but as it is now, probably get back to that question once we get to play D&D together at some point. So
yeah,
that's probably gonna have some disturbing moments.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
I'm curious to see how that turns out. So
it would have been perfect for Sean to be here for that question. Maybe we can do it next week.
Yeah, or we could re-ask it if he gets back, depending when we end the call.
Right.
Okay, so fuck, marry, kill. Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Emperor Palpatine. Which
easiest question in the world.
And it's perfectly geared toward me. I'll let you answer because my answer is going to delve into heavy nerd shit.
Oh god. Obviously, fuck Darth Maul. Hot. Hot.
Yep.
Marry Darth Vader. Ambitious guy. I think you'd be set for life. Kill the mushy.
Yep.
Whatever that is. So
yep.
Easy question.
Yep, that is exactly my answer too, although my reasoning is Darth Vader, at multiple points, after he turned to Palpatine, his whole deal for doing that is that he wanted to save his wife, and since Padme still died anyway, he's just been trying, he knows because he's so severely injured that he can't take Palpatine in a fight, but he really wants to. So there's been times, in Empire Strikes Back, he tries to convert Luke to his side to team up with him and rule the galaxy as father and son after they together kill Palpatine. In Force Unleashed, he does sort of the same thing with Starkiller. He trains him up as his apprentice and promises him that together we're going to kill the Emperor and take his place. So it's kind of a running thing. He wants the Emperor dead, and he's not always the greatest guy, but he's a better guy than Palpatine. With Palpatine, you can't trust him at all. He will manipulate you no matter what, so he definitely has to be the one you kill. If you fuck him, he'll use that against you. If you marry him, he'll use that against you. So kill him. Better yet, with Vader on your side, so you can be the Empress of the Galaxy next to him. Because Vader, even though he can be ruthless, he's also pretty loyal to the people he cares about. Yeah. So Vader is definitely the one to marry. And Maul, if you've ever seen Shirtless Maul, which exists in the comics, it even became canon when they put it in the cartoon, which it's a cartoon version, but he's got just tattoos everywhere. He's so jacked. It's amazing. So definitely fuck Maul. Yeah. And really, of the three, if we're saying Darth Vader, that's the point where his body is half burned sausages now, so Maul's the only, Maul...
Robo-dick.
Yeah, because his lower half is robo-legs, but still, he's still got the chest, still got the arms, still got the face, and he's even kind of a whoopee when he gets to his later stage, because he's just so sad from having his lower half cut off. Just understandable.
Yeah,
So
Bob-omb too.
he needed his brother Savage Opress to give him a hug for a while before they teamed up to go get revenge on Obi-Wan. So,
Aw.
yeah. There's some Star Wars lore for you.
Just sprinkled in.
Yeah, before the big talk after whenever I end up seeing Rogue One. Okay, so Darkent's other related question. At least for me, there is a couple names I will frequently use on online games, forums, etc. Through the years, these characters have constructed their own headcanon of fantasy biography. What names do you usually use, and what's their history?
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so if it's relating specifically to names, I don't know that any of my names have... With Jade, it's kind of the opposite, actually. Jade was a character before I adopted her name and persona, because I just liked her so much that I wanted to live in that. Just be that sassy, sexy, confident elf thief lady.
A random web person is just a thing. It
It's
was a failed joke.
random person on the web.
I know when BT, I tried to register on BT. I wanted it to be random internet person because RIP, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Haha.
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah. It was too long.
Oh.
So I shortened it and the joke was gone. And I didn't use it after BT went down anywhere. The first time I used it again was when I made my Twitter back in June. Specifically because the only reason I made the damn Twitter was to send Austin a picture. And that was my name on BT, so I thought, yeah, use that, you know. And now I really like it. It is, the thing is about it is it's just implies, I mean, it's right there. Random web person. It's just somebody, whatever, some person, but it has an identity to it. This is
it's
nice,
generic, but it stands out.
I think, I know, I really like, I like to be random. Just random. The other thing, the one I usually use for games, and yeah, probably just games because what else would I do? Is just Jay.
Oh, okay. So the character existed
old as
before
fuck.
the ADD version.
It's just not the exact same character.
Okay.
Personality-wise, yes. History-wise, not. Just the personality and the looks, because it's just me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because Jade's kind of like that too. I've adapted. Like I used her as my character in Saints Row. I've used her in Pokemon. I've used her in Skyrim. Used her in Mass Effect, and she kind of adjusts. But like, I try to keep the attitude the same and some of the interests the same. Like the Skyrim version was just compulsively collecting jewelry. Like every time I find a gold ring or a jewel, I would stuff it in this one cabinet next to my bed, so it's just filled with every jewel I ever found.
Okay. Yeah, that game she must have loved that game. There's so much shiny lying around.
Yeah, especially when I got better at thieving. And also, I set the difficulty to nothing so I could just wear whatever I want and walk around with just a single dagger in hand. And I just crouch walk behind people. And...
Wasn't there a little too little fucking in that game for her tastes?
Yeah, I mean, Jade being a slut is a more recent development in her characterization.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's not really a part of that game, but...
Yeah. That's a really interesting question. I like that too. To, you know, just, why are you called that? I give the question right back to you, Darkent Reltnark. Why are you called that? What is that?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I'm looking at his name now. I almost thought that Reltnark was Darkent scrambled, but no, there's no D. It's like you'd have to swap the L for a D, and then you scramble it.
Tinglers, I hear, are a thing that exists.
They are. Yep, I read 2. So it's laying there on Sean's bed, just naked and feeling used, and he was away. Read some stories.
Covered in various substances.
Yeah.
Indistinguishable
Ink
stuff.
everywhere.
Ink.
Yeah.
Ink and horse saliva.
Yeah, just all over his girlfriend's bed. Okay, so I guess, yeah, let's see. First one I read, just because I love the title. Angry man pounded by the fear of his latent gayness over a dinosaur transitioning into a unicorn. So the story...
That's not political at all.
Yeah, well, it's pretty obvious what it's about, especially when you start reading it. He's upset, and also his wife is upset, and he's got this really bitchy wife who's like furious, showing him this magazine of, let's see, what's the character's name? Bort Jenkins, who is Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay.
Pretty much, it's an analog for that, except it's this character Bort Jenkins, who was a dinosaur, but got a change and became a unicorn. And so his wife's freaking out and saying it's disgusting and it's sinful behavior. I have it in paperback, so I'm looking at it now. Like, won't somebody think of the children? What will they think about a dinosaur that changed into a unicorn? Aren't species sacred anymore? Whatever. So and the man is agreeing, and he's like seeing because the guy, he thinks he's straight, but he's also really turned on by muscular male unicorns. So he saw the picture of Bort Jenkins, the unicorn, got turned on by it. His wife told him, no, that unicorn used to be a dinosaur. And he starts thinking, it's like, oh, that's disgusting. Why would a dinosaur become a unicorn? And then he goes to the unicorn male strip club and mentions to one of them, let's see, what did he say? I'm not some dino chaser. And the unicorn gets disgusted with him for being a bigot against dinosaurs. And then, as he's kicked out of the club, he runs into this, talking mist that is, an apparition of his fear that sexuality is fluid, I guess. And the mist also reveals to him that, yeah, you're not straight, you're totally gay. You're going to this gay unicorn club all the time. You're definitely gay. So he gets pounded in the butt, and he has all the usual sex stuff with this mist that is convincing him that, no, you really are gay, and no, it's okay if a dinosaur wants to become a unicorn. And then he gets home and kicks his wife out of the house, and
Poor lady.
That's yeah. I don't know. She's definitely bitchy. Just this is the last section. Where the fuck were you, Bam Bam? That's his wife's name. Bam Bam asks. I had to think about some things, I tell her. I bet, my wife retorts. It's another woman, isn't it? Actually, I tell her, it's another man. Bam Bam starts to laugh. What the fuck are you talking about? It's another man, I repeat. Myself. My wife stops laughing. You can get the fuck out, I say. Bam Bam's face goes through a quick series of emotions, from confusion to utter rage, and then to amusement. You don't have what it takes to kick me out of your life, she snarls. I know courage, and you don't have it. I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. Get out, I repeat. Bam Bam stands up and walks over to the door, at which point I grab the tabloid magazine off of the kitchen table and push it into her hands, Bort Jenkins' smiling unicorn face still there on the cover. You want to learn something about courage, I say. Read this. I slam the door and begin my brand new life. Which, I mean, yeah, it's mean to her as a character. She's really poorly written. She's like a one-dimensional harpy.
Alright. This is a very heartwarming story, I think. If I got that right.
Yeah.
Sure. I got confused halfway through, so...
Because it's a little cliche, cheesy, but I mean, the sentiment's still nice.
Also, I think the issue of trans unicorns is one that gets seldomly addressed.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to talk about yours, or should I talk about the second one first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because the second one, I also like the title. The Curse of Bigfoot Butt Camp. It's this guy who goes to an adult summer camp with his friend Jeff. So like, he and Jeff, they go there. They go in straight, but they find themselves attracted to the muscular Bigfoot camp counselors. So, but the camp counselors tell them, tonight is a full moon, so if you decide to stay, and we'll refund you if you go home, but if you decide to stay, you have to stay in your tent, because something weird is going to happen with us, and we don't want any of you to have to deal with that. So, they go to their tent, and Jeff decides he wants to go and check it out. So he gets out of the tent when I think they actually give the main character a name. His name's Ken in this. So Ken tells Jeff, no, you shouldn't do that. But Jeff goes out into the woods, and so after a while, Ken goes looking for him. He can't find him anywhere, but he runs into a Bigfoot who is partly transformed into a mummy. He's like wrapped in mummy wraps. And when he and Jeff were in the tent, they were like talking about like, what do you think the full moon's doing? Is it turning them into vampires? Is it turning them into mummies? So it turns them into partial mummies.
Partial mummies.
Yeah, but he's so turned on by the mummy that he has sex with it.
What is it about the mummy that interests him in particular?
Let's see. Says, my first instinct is to turn and run, yet something holds me in place. I watch as the creature steps closer and closer until he is right up next to me, which is where I suddenly realize that my trembling has not been out of fear, but arousal. You're so fucking sexy, I finally say to Rim, he recognizes this particular Bigfoot. Let's see. This rod juts out from his body like a massive third appendage, its sheer size utterly intimidating. So the mummy Bigfoot has a hard-on and he sucks him off and they go through the usual sex stuff. And then in the morning, he finds, Jeff still hasn't come back, so he goes to the counselors asking them about Jeff. Nobody remembers Jeff having existed. And like they go in, they go into the camp records, they find that he didn't actually come in with a friend named Jeff, he just came in by himself. So it's like turning into a ghost story, sort of, but then they have an all-seeing eye. It's like an eye in a jar that they keep in a cabinet. And so they take out the all-seeing eye, which is telepathic, so it talks to him, and it tells him, Jeff is a manifestation of your latent gayness, the eye informs me. He does not exist in reality. Jeff is a figment of your imagination, more specifically your repressed homosexuality. He brought you here because you could not do it yourself, and now that you've turned gay, there is no longer any use for Jeff. So, yep. So it was a Jeff story, and the Jeff wasn't really there. Jeff was just his gay side.
On our trusted scale, rate this Jeff. Where does he fall on the Jeff scale?
He's pretty mediocre, I guess. He's just there to talk to Ken, and then run off into the woods, and then he doesn't do anything else.
Oh, the woods?
Yeah.
Where bees are.
So maybe there was a Jeff. And he got killed by bees.
Not anymore.
And then they made up that story to make him forget that there was a Jeff. And think the real Jeff was inside him all along.
Where he belongs.
Yep.
Fantastic.
That could be a porn story too.
So, I only read one just before this started to get in the mood, I guess. It's just something that interested me for a long time, but I never got around to it, which is Monday pounds me in the butt.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds good.
Because I can relate to that.
Yeah, my days of the week are weird.
Yeah. Monday's a great guy. This guy, he's Wims is his name, and he's a party animal. He loves just to party hard, on the weekends. Gets drunk out of his ass. And Monday is just not his day, you could say. He constantly sleeps. He's just late for work. Has been a couple of times, and then in this particular Monday, when the story starts, he's 3 hours late for work. He runs out the door. He arrives at work, and his boss just calls into his office. He gets fired.
Oh.
At first, because he screwed up. Like he was supposed to attend a big meeting with a very important customer, but he wasn't there. So he gets fired at first, but then he just makes this, throwaway comment. Monday pounds me in the ass. He just, mutters that under his breath, and his boss hears that. What did you just say? I said Monday pounds me in the ass. So, his boss misunderstands and takes this as Wims is dating Monday.
Oh. Yeah. Because days are alive.
I didn't know you were dating Monday. And, of course, our protagonist grabs that opportunity and just runs with it and says, we've been together for a while. This is cool. And this morning, we were just going at it, and that's why I'm late. So his boss suggests, this huge customer we have, they would love it if we told them that we are, like, one of our project managers is involved with Monday. That's just really cool. And if you could just bring him to this party we're throwing and introduce him, and that would be cool, and you could keep your job. And so of course he has a problem now because he doesn't actually date Monday. But he agrees, and he tries, might as well, and he calls up Monday's assistant and gets put through to Monday and explains the situation, and Monday is very understanding and agrees to go to this party with him for a fee of, I think, $30,000 or something. And he says, what you gonna do? You get your money and you just go to this party with me. So he picks Monday up on the day of the party. And you immediately have great chemistry. The day is out front waiting for me when I pull up, manifesting himself as a radiating ball of quantified time with a cute smile and incredibly thick biceps. So that's Monday for you.
Sounds like a Tingle character.
Yeah. So they attend this party, and the sexual tension is just incredible. It's very successful, and the business partners are all like, "Oh, it's Monday!" Oh, they treat him like a celebrity, of course. But the thing is, I think this is me talking now. This is very disingenuous because Monday tells him at the very beginning, "There's not many people who like me," and he's deep down. Monday's very sad because nobody likes him.
Yeah. I guess because everybody sees him once a week. They know he's famous, but
no, he was It's just like you complain about Kim Kardashian, but if you see her on the street, you're gonna ask for an autograph. It's just, I mean, I wouldn't. But. So they leave the party, and they hold hands, and they go to the car, and then our main character just works up the courage and says, "I really want you to pound me hard," I tell him. The dick grins knowingly, placing his warm yellow hand on my shoulder. "Oh, Wims," he sighs. "Don't you see? I've been pounding you for years. Every morning when you wake up and dread going to work, every time your head aches when the alarm sounds, I've always been with you, pounding your heart's butt. So they go to, like, I don't know, whatever place, somewhere where there's grass, lakeside or whatever. Just start fucking, and it's insanely rough, really. Usually there's some romantic component to this, but this is just hardcore. Like, Monday is very ambitious.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's got to be rough.
Right. So they, finish and whatever. And he has a revelation too. I understand now that as harsh as Monday can be, his intentions are pure. Every workday has a beginning and an end, and Monday is strong enough to pound ass when it needs to be pounded the most. Without Monday, we would all hate Tuesday instead, a never-ending cycle of hungover wake-ups. I think I love you, the usual, very romantic, not. And he asks Monday to stay with him. I don't want to leave you. Of course, and Monday doesn't want to leave either, but it has to because it's Monday,
Yeah.
What happens when Monday doesn't show up to work? There would be no Monday. That's not cool.
Yeah.
So, they decide, no, you know what? Fuck it. We love each other. We stay together. I just won't show up anymore. And then something strange happens.
Is he going to be, like, trapped in a single day for the rest of forever? Or?
They just...
Or there's just no more Monday on the calendar.
A rift opens in time-space continuum or something and sucks them both in. Okay. And he has a brief moment where he thinks, doesn't matter what happens to me now, I'm with the love of my life. And they get torn to pieces. Oh. That's how it ends.
Wait, so they're not even, like, part of the multiverse? They're just dead?
Moments later, we are ripped into a billion tiny pieces, melding with the universe as it collapses around us. So I guess this is the last book.
So they broke time.
They broke Tingleverse. Oh. It's gone. There's no more Tingle.
Maybe there's another one of the meta stories where it starts off with the universe putting itself back together.
I hope so.
Ha! Gay!
You said something about, like, you were writing the chapter of...
Yeah, no, I don't know if it counts as a story, to be honest. I had fun today.
Oh, that's always good.
Lots of fun, and I didn't know how that happened. It's just maybe an explanation for why I just sound the way I sound, and you can't see me, but I look like something that's crawled out of a garbage can right now. Oh, it's yeah. I started writing chapter 4 of The Gods Play Dice. It's called my fan fiction about Anne. Started writing that yesterday around. Remember when we talked about the big dick in the shout box?
Here that would have been around 7, because I got home after 7 p.m. because I left there around 7 p.m.
Right, that sounds about right. Because
so it would have been close to 8 p.m.
Like midnight to 1.
Yeah.
Midnight to 1.
Yeah.
Started writing that. And the next time I just got up and checked the clock, it was like 4 in the morning. It's like oh my god, this is taking longer than I thought it would be. So I'm just gonna finish this, and I got really into it, stream of consciousness, all that stuff, and next time I snapped out of it, it was like 11
in the morning, noon,
and slept, and it still wasn't. I mean, it hadn't done any reworks or spell check or anything. It's just the raw version. I was like, oh god, this the whole thing. I just wrote like 12 hours or something like that. I'm just gonna. I wrote on my tablet.
Okay.
Because I wanted to move around.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly put this on my PC so I can rework it because it's easier on the PC. Get that done and get some sleep before Funk Dunk. So I tried to put it on my PC, and I, went through the documents folder on my tablet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Opened it and it told me 1 page out of 1.
So it didn't save the rest of it?
Wait.
Okay. Well, that seems to be the implication.
Where's my thingy? I just where? And I looked and I searched everywhere and I couldn't find it. And I sat there and I looked at my tablet and I stared at the screen. And I don't usually cry a lot. It takes a lot to just get me going. But I cried like a little baby.
Aww.
I just broke out into a waterfall of tears. It was I started to question my entire existence.
Oh.
For a moment.
Sorry.
And the justice of the cosmos and a possible benevolent higher power. And it was the whole thing, and I just snapped completely. I just looked like a deranged scarecrow, I assume.
Aww.
My imaginary boyfriend was very helpful in that situation. He asked me, "Did you save it?" I rarely, engage in violence, but I was about to in that moment. So this whole thing, and it was in the cloud. It didn't save to the tablet. It was in the cloud.
Oh,
it's
good.
Fine. It's there.
Okay. Yeah, I was worried that you were still needing to try to remember all that. Because I know I've had stuff like that too. You write it all and then it's gone, and then you have to try to remember what you wrote, and you just don't want to do it anymore because it was already so perfect the first time.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was perfect, and I'm pretty sure I remembered every single sentence that I wrote. That wasn't the issue. It was just the complete injustice
of
the whole situation.
Spent your entire night,
like,
morning.
Who's fucking with me? Who the hell would do something like this to me? I mean,
Mirren?
not blame yourself or anything. Of what kind of just troll god is mocking me like this? It was horrible. It was completely. I was at my lowest point, and it's just a stupid fanfic. But my whole world broke.
Well, yeah, because when you spend that much time on it.
Yeah, and then I just found it sitting in the cloud because I forgot to tell it to save to the tablet. And it was all there, and it was looking at me like, what? was there a problem? And I was very happy.
Oh, good.
So it was like noon, and then I was completely out of insane. It was insane for a moment, so I couldn't sleep for another 2 hours. So that's why I'm like this. I mean, I'm half decently awake by now, but by the time we started this, I was just not capable of words and stuff. So I might explain some things. So, Sean, you didn't miss anything? We just talked about a lady with a beard, basically.
Okay. And then Tingler stories, and then sang Gorfanax songs.
So basically no one will even notice I was gone.
Actually, did we want to read that question again for...
Right. We were...
The one where they asked about disturbing D&D characters.
Wait.
What question?
We had a question that we both couldn't answer and thought, oh, that's a great time for Sean to not be here. because he's the only one who can answer that question, actually.
Hit me up.
So, follow up, because all of the previous stuff is just gone. So, pick up where follow up to Dark's question from earlier. Now that we have a Sean, supposedly for a while, what's the most disturbing thing a character of yours has done in a fantasy game platform? Excluding fanfic, because I really don't want to know that. So,
yeah, which we took to mean like a D&D character.
We took it as that, yeah. Because platforming...
Like, what's the most disturbing thing your characters in D&D have done?
Well, all of them were done by Dave. The original Dave. And the campaign was called The Adventure of Stinky and Dave. And my brother ran the campaign, and well, the first thing they did that was disturbing was they had to rescue save the princess quest, right? And they get to where the goblins had been, goblining it up, having kidnapped the princess. And Dave the rogue and Stinky the fighter looking through like a secret window into this room filled with like goblins, like dozens and dozens of them, and looked at each other and went, "Fuck that," right? And we just left, and just left the princess to be continue stay abducted. And then later on, like a few weeks of game time later, we come back to the city that had sent us on the mission, and the goblins, emboldened by the fact that no one came to rescue the princess, had conquered the city. And so we were like, okay, we got to figure out a way to make this right. We screwed this up. So we go and we try to get something from this guy that owns a magic store, like a magic potion store and shit. And he won't help us because he's being a dick, because he knows what we did or what we didn't do. So we decide we're just going to beat him up until he's unconscious and just take his shit. So we misread how subdual damage works. And this is back in AD&D 2nd edition. There was no such thing as trying to hit someone for non-lethal damage. All damage was damage. And we knew that if you're punching someone and you crit, you'll knock them out. So we keep rolling physical attack, punching this old wizard, and we keep thinking punching the old wizard does sound like a euphemism. And we keep punching for round after round after round after round, and finally my brother's DMing looks at the book, he goes, oh shit. We're like, what? He goes, yeah, if you get someone to negative 10 hit points, it doesn't matter if it's dual damage or not, you've killed them. So you guys have been beating up a corpse for the last 25 minutes.
Beating the dead wizard.
Yep. That was basically maybe the most disturbing thing any of my D&D characters ever did, was just spend half an hour beating up a dead person after beating him to death.
I mean, it's different if you just found a dead person and started to punch it, but if you did it yourself, if you murdered them yourself, that's a whole other thing.
Luckily...
Yeah, that's just a blood rage at that point.
Yes, but you gotta realize it was a half-elven rogue and a freaking chaotic good human fighter. All we wanted to do was knock the guy out. We accidentally killed him.
Well, then I'd say it's not very disturbing because it wasn't intentional.
I know, but then you get
like
that mental image of her just standing there beating up a dead person.
I find it funnier than I find disturbing, which means I'm probably just disturbed.
Probably.
I don't think the word probably has any function here. So.
No. After we're on the 7th week of doing this, I'm pretty sure I can tell that y'all ain't good in the head.
Y'all ain't good in the head?
Nah. That's the freedom coming out in my voice.
Freedom to not step on Sneck.
Always step on Snack.
Hey, what kind of monster are you?
You need to defend your freedoms from snack steppers.
Snake step. Is that like
That's-
dubstep?
I'm thinking it is, but with like more hissing.
I want to hear that now.
We 3 monks of Gorfanax will sacrifice till he has his fill. Mage and fighter and the mightier futures to feed our god. Oh, god of chaos, god of meat, Gorfanax, come freely eat. Futures and gumption for consumption bring a sweet oblivion. Feast, immortal being of meat, princes I bring to lay at your feet. The once so brave we now enslave, never a king to reign. Oh, god of chaos, god of meat, Gorfanax, come freely eat. Futures and gumption for consumption bring a sweet oblivion. Virile young men to offer have I, phallus hacked off to make your rise nigh. Sexless and feckless, eternally restless and childless forevermore. Oh, god of chaos, god of meat, Gorfanax, come freely eat. Futures and gumption for consumption bring us sweet oblivion. I bear a scholar with mind beyond prize. Before you his brain will lobotomize. No more thoughts from this fool, just copious drool, drowning the hope for mankind. Oh, god of chaos, god of meat, Gorfanax, come freely eat. Futures and gumption for consumption bring us sweet oblivion. Fearfully now behold him arise. Oblivion draws near in darkened skies. Screams and crying, groaning, dying, welcome master home. Oh, god of chaos, god of meat, Gorfanax, come freely eat. Futures and gumption for consumption bring us sweet oblivion.